Alright everyone, by now you know that Megyn Kelly has been trolled by Alex Jones. The long story short version for anyone that doesn't already know, and I sort of should have made a video yesterday about this, but I said I'm not going to do the clickbait thing. I want to see what sort of unfolds, and I want things to die down a little bit before I even talk about it, because I've made it clear I'm not like a super Alex Jones fan, so some of his viewers might not appreciate my thoughts about him. And I'm certainly not a fucking Megyn Kelly fan. I've made it fairly clear that she's on NBC, legacy media. It's propaganda. It's yellow journalism. It's fake news. I don't have any tolerance for that crap at all. Watching her get trolled is very funny. Kudos to Alex Jones for doing this. But long story short, she contacted him and told him, I want to do an interview of you, Alex Jones. It'll be interesting. It'll be great news. Don't worry about the Sandy Hook stuff. Don't worry about your custody trial. Don't worry about everything else that I've always criticized you for. It'll be straight journalism. No hit piece involved here. You know, I'm on a competing network that's slowly losing steam, specifically because of independent outlets like InfoWars and thousands of YouTubers and tens of thousands of people with Facebook pages and Twitters and blogs and stuff. The network that I'm working for is beginning to dry up, just like fucking Fox News and all these others. But I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt and give you straight interviewing here. I'm going to let you tell your story. And Alex Jones chuckles and spends 20 seconds saying, I wonder if she's being genuine. Nope, I don't think she is, and decides to record the entire thing so he can release it unedited. Now, I believe there's a state-by-state system wherein in certain areas it's actually illegal to record a conversation in that manner and then put it out there, but in Texas it's not. If you're in a conversation with somebody, apparently under their laws, it's perfectly legal. So, I mean, he must have been laughing like a hyena after this interview because he knew her version that's going to get slapped on NBC is going to be chopped and screwed, heavily edited, and it's going to make him look crazy. Of course it is, because it's clickbait. That's what people on NBC want to see. They want propaganda. You think the average NBC viewer likes Alex Jones? They either don't know who he is and will gobble down the swill about him being like totally off his rocker, which I don't believe at all. And I say that as someone who doesn't even really care about his show. They're either going to think that he's off his rocker based on Megyn Kelly's edited interview, or they know of him and they already think he's off his rocker. It's not going to get fair reporting from Megyn Kelly. By the way, separate discussion but sort of related on the Megyn Kelly issue. Megyn Kelly was a genius to leave Fox, and I think I know what happened. This is just a theory, so, you know, take it or leave it. I think that somebody at Fox, before the Bill O'Reilly crap, you know, truly began, when Fox News realized that shit was about to hit the fan, they came to Megyn Kelly and said, we're going to offer you more money. She said, oh, really? Why? We want to trot you out as the most popular female pundit on our program to cover our asses on sexual assault and harassment cases, because boy, do we have a lot of them. And she said, oh, who does it involve? Oh, only Bill O'Reilly and everybody else at our fucking network. We're basically screwed, but we need a gentle female face to come out to our viewers for the next couple of nights and sort of gloss it over and say, oh, I never got harassed. Everything's fine here. It's a love fest at Fox News. And Megyn Kelly sat and thought about it and said, no, fuck you. I'll go work for NBC. I don't care if I take a pay cut. Your network's going to go down. She was a genius on that token, but she went from one legacy outlet to another. She's still in the legacy media. In fact, NBC is arguably less trustworthy than Fox, which is a hard threshold to actually cross. Murdoch's kids and some others at Fox, they're trying to refine the network. They're losing steam because they're trying to make it more like NBC. NBC and CNN and MSNBC are trying to become more like Fox. It's fucking chaos. No, that's what I think. That's what happened. I think somebody wanted to trot her out on the news a couple of times to say, oh, I never got sexually harassed. I never knew anything about these things. It's regrettable. We all make mistakes. Don't worry about it, people. I stand by the network. And she said, no, I don't stand by the network. Screw off. Yeah, it's only a matter of time before somebody's trying to look up my skirt. So she said, bye. I'm going to go work for NBC, which is probably a good move. And anyway, with NBC, NBC, MSNBC, CNN, all these groups gobbling up conservative pundits, because they realize there's a power vacuum left behind where Fox is failing. I half expect them to have like the Ben Shapiro and Ann Coulter hour on MSNBC. Episode 1, Ann Coulter makes sexually ambiguous jokes while Ben Shapiro sits and fidgets uncomfortably. Episode 2, Ann Coulter eats a bacon sandwich in his presence, makes him feel uncomfortable. Episode 3, they get into a debate over Israel or something like that. That's what I expect now from NBC and MSNBC and all these groups. But Alex Jones, InfoWars, while it is smaller than one of these legacy networks, is still a juggernaut online. And it is a direct competitor of NBC. All you have to do is realize that to know it's not going to be an honest piece. It's like if Alex Jones called George Soros up, said, "Hey, George, I want you to interview with me. I want you to come here for an hour and explain how Pussy Riot is a good thing and Pink Hat resist sort of stuff. Oh, don't worry, it won't be a hit piece. I'm not going to cast you off as an evil reptilian globalist." Do you think that this would be taken seriously? No, competing ideology. And in NBC's case, it's not just a competing ideology. There's a gap between what Alex Jones appears to believe and the sort of neocon pundit class of someone like Megyn Kelly, especially when they're working for a center-left network as the only conservative so-called that's even there. There's a big gap in ideology. There's also a gap in between the type of media. NBC is old guard cable news media. Increasingly, it's having difficulty competing with groups like InfoWars or Breitbart or Drudge, some online group. And especially now with the rise of a totally new class of analysts and journalists and everything else under the sun that happens on YouTube and Twitter and everywhere else, the legacy media is getting completely destroyed. Their ratings are tanking. People say, oh, now MSNBC is #1 on cable news. That doesn't mean anything. Cable news is dying. Just because you absorbed 1 million expats from Fox News doesn't mean your network isn't going to continue losing support. It'll take it another year or two to lose that extra leverage because it's still got an aging population watching their broadcast. It's still, the legacy media as a total is still losing trustworthiness. The online world is continuing to grow. Their world is shrinking. It's a little bit like the dinosaurs going extinct. They're sort of, the climactic zone they're able to inhabit is slowly degrading and will eventually not exist at all. Yeah, idiot neighbor. Sorry about that. But yeah, I'm sure it was going to be a fair piece about Alex Jones. You know, she calls him up. And we've got the conversation. It's already been put on there by Alex Jones. Oh yeah, don't worry about the Sandy Hook stuff. Yeah, why would you even mention it in your pitch to someone? Why would you mention something that screams hit piece? Why would you even get it in their mind to think about what they had said about the issue of Sandy Hook if you were going to give them an honest, fair interview? Why didn't you just say, oh, I want to hear your thoughts on like Ron Paul, the gold standard. I want to hear your thoughts on economics. What are your Trump so far and stuff like that? Instead of going with that angle, Megyn Kelly takes the approach of mentioning things that are considerably uncomfortable issues, I think, for Alex Jones at this point. He gets browbeaten on the Sandy Hook issue constantly. And I'll say this, and as somebody who doesn't really, I don't listen to Alex Jones' program. I don't really care about his coverage. They're constantly browbeating things where it's fairly obvious hyperbole. He alludes to this. His lawyer alludes to this in the custody battle. He says, yeah, sometimes I act like I'm off my rocker. It is theatrical. That is, Alex Jones actually believes the ideology he espouses. I think he actually believes in it. And it makes sense. If you're making millions of dollars, why wouldn't you want a lower tax rate? If you're considered edgy by the entire corporate media, why wouldn't you want more liberty? If you're a potential target of like the far left, which sometimes gets violent, yeah, you probably are a strong supporter of the Second Amendment. I don't think that he's lying to anybody about these issues. I think he's perfectly on spot with them. But when he gets like rambling and rips his shirt off and runs around the studio, it's hyperbole. But the thing is, when he works himself up and he says these things, which is kind of clickbaity, in all honesty, it gives the corporate media something to complain about. They are his competitors. They compete for people's attention. Online, you don't compete for subscribers. You don't compete for discrete individuals as some total. You compete for people's time usage. You compete for the time people spend on your material. So it doesn't matter. If you get 1 million views, let's say you make a YouTube video, 1 million people watch it, but they watch it for an average of 2 seconds. Not very effective. Now say, though, that only 10,000 people watch it, but they all watch it all to the end. You've effectively gobbled up more of people's time than potentially some competitor. That's what matters. It's people's time usage. That's what you compete for. You don't compete for subscribers on YouTube. I can subscribe to 2 totally different people, watch both their material. They're competing for my time usage. And that's true of cable TV as well. In those same time slots that in the past, 20, 30 years ago, people would tune into TV, a lot of them go on the internet instead. They're watching InfoWars. They listen to Crowder or something. Maybe they go listen to the Young Turks. Maybe they're listening to me. That's what we compete for. So for Megyn Kelly to say, don't worry, it'll be totally fair, she chuckles into her coffee. Bullshit. It was never going to be fair. You were always going to edit it. Although I do have to say, Megyn Kelly is a genius for leaving Fox News. She gets great credit for that. She knew that things were going to go south. Somebody had to have approached her. Either somebody loyal to her warned her that things were about to hit the fucking fan. And they said, you might want to get off of this ride because it's going to get bumpy. You're probably going to get dragged under this bus as we go crashing off a cliff. They either said that or somebody from Fox wanted to trot her out to defend them. And she said no, and she said, I don't feel comfortable with this. It sounds like a bad career move. It doesn't matter if you're going to give me tens of millions of dollars. You know, I got to keep up my $10 million a year lifestyle. What the fuck good does it do me? You better offer me $1 billion if you want me to save your fucking network, because it's going to be what I would be worth. And then they probably turned her down. She said, okay, bye. You deal with this. Let Bill O'Reilly speak for himself. Let all these goofballs on Fox, let them do their own thing. Let them defend themselves. I'll be absent. I'll go work for NBC. The only thing she could have done that would have been smarter is go off and work for MSNBC. But the thing is, Megyn Kelly getting hired by NBC, I think that shot across the bow to the other non-dying networks, you know, they're not quite dying off like Fox is. Yeah, that spurred them on to try to grab up a bunch of conservative pundits. So-called conservatives. They're all, you know, neocons. That's why I think that at some point we're going to see like the Shapiro and Coulter hour on MSNBC. Episode 4, Ben stares nervously at her neck. Episode 5, Ann Coulter questions Ben Shapiro's sexuality, and then he questions hers. They then argue for an hour. Something like that. That's what I expect to see. It'd be fun, and I guess that would be entertaining. It'd be better than what's on MSNBC now. But Alex Jones knows better than to trust Megyn Kelly. Megyn Kelly is about the last person that somebody on the right is going to automatically trust, unless they have a proven track record of being like a diehard Marco Rubio fan or something like that. You know, who wouldn't like little Marco? You know, he takes pills, he looks like he's about to go to a disco or something like that. Okay, that's fine. Still a neocon, even if he is a more charismatic one. That's about all. Peace out.